So the coronavirus is spreading. Stock market is bouncing. The stocks are out of this roof. We're out of the world today. It was a good day on the stock market, but we're going to talk about all that. Good evening, everybody. I'm Kamari Ellis. You're watching the Finance Rebel Show. The Finance Rebel Show is all about increasing your financial IQ. So we talk about stocks, we talk about taxes, we talk about business, we talk about anything as it relates to raising your financial IQ and increasing the wealth for you, yourself, and your overall community. So today, the markets were on fire, but at the same time the markets were on fire, the coronavirus is also being spread pretty aggressively as well. We're seeing cases over on the West Coast in Washington. We're seeing more deaths that are occurring over there. We're seeing some spread to the East Coast as well. But the coronavirus has plagued the West Coast more so, if you want to call it plague. I wouldn't call it a plague, but it's given the West Coast more problems than the East Coast. But we're starting now to see cases on the East Coast starting to show up. I know we saw one in Rhode Island, and I know last week everybody was very, very pensive, very, very scared, very, very troubled by the spread of the coronavirus, even though it has a pretty low fatality rate. But we're starting to see it speed up here in the United States, and it is slowing down in China. So that's a good thing and a bad thing all at the same time. Got to remember, two things can be true that are kind of opposite, but they're still true, right? So Corona's slowing down in China, but it's speeding up in the U.S. However, we're seeing some of the big players get back to work in China. Apple's opening back up factories. Starbucks opened many of its retail locations back up in China. So that was a good thing, or is a good thing. Now, I know the president supposedly is having this meeting, the broadcast. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I know some of the problems with Corona is they don't have the proper testing kits. For some reason, the CDC doesn't have them. I don't know. Maybe it's because the president's talking about cutting the budget, but that's a whole other conversation. We're not talking about politics too much today. Another thing is they don't have a vaccine or a vaccination for Corona, or as they're calling it, COVID-19. So it's been pretty interesting. If you haven't noticed, some people have been noticing that I've been talking about coronavirus as it relates to the stock market and the scare that it's putting into the stock market. So I got to do a TV broadcast last night on CBS 3 here in Philadelphia that's gotten some traction. I actually saw it was shared to some website in the Pacific. I think it's called like Pacific Islander or something like that. But it was pretty interesting. I don't think I've ever been shared that close to Australia and China at one time. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But I'm going to keep doing what I do. Every day I try to come back, like I said, and raise the financial IQ of everybody that joins in with me here and my communities. That's my mission. That's my task. That's my ministry, so to speak, not to get too churchy with anybody, but that's what I'm here to do. So, like I said, coronavirus is spreading. Stock market did wonderful today, though. The Dow Jones jumped 1,293 points, almost a 5% jump. Now, again, I kind of was telling you guys that last week that this was going to happen, but we ain't out the woods yet. I wouldn't expect it to be smooth sailings because Corona is still spreading in the U.S. It's still going to create fear. One of the things the stock market is really good for is showing just how widespread, how rampant human emotions are. I mean, I always say the stock market is a perfect mirror of human emotions. And so I say the stock market, and many others say the stock market, I can't take credit for that, right? But the stock market reflects people's human emotions, especially fear and greed. And if you didn't notice that, we saw that last week, right? We saw that for the last 7 days. Markets fell tremendously, over 12 or 13% in a 7-day span. And a lot of people were shook. A lot of people were spooked. And so some people sold, Some people got out of the market. By the way, anytime you see massive selling, that means that you have more sellers than buyers in the market. Anytime like today, you see a big jump, you have more buyers, right? You have more people buying stock today than actually selling stock. The market still runs on economic principles of supply and demand. So never forget that, right? It's one big auction. And again, it just shows the fears of people or the greed of people. So today we got to see greed on display because they said, all right, the markets are oversold. It's overdone. We're going to buy. We got a great chance to do that. And if people have been following my IG feed and my Facebook feed, they saw I brought forward today. But I'll talk about that a little bit later on the show. Not going to be too long today because I got work to do. It is tax season. Got to get busy. So, I just want to talk about that a little bit. All right. So listen, like I said, almost 1,200 point today jump. Markets are also running in the aftermarkets. But let's talk about, I'm trying to pull it up. I want to talk about some of the stocks that were moving today. Some of the stocks that totally hit it out of the park. All right. So JD.com. JD.com. It's a Chinese company. It jumped 12.44% today. Tesla jumped 11.32% today. Costco. Anybody go to Costco? Anybody shop at Costco? 9.96%, almost 10%. Might as well say 10%. Apple. Everybody saw Apple fall last week. Apple was trading at Apple jumped 9.31% today to trade at $298.81. If you remember about a week ago, about 10 days ago, Apple was at almost $320. Actually, it exceeded $320. So Apple fell, and then now Apple's back on its tear. Crown Castle International up 9.04%. So, so this one is a really interesting one, right? Because I run my insurance through this company, but I've never looked at their stock. Cincinnati Financial, 8.71%, closing at $101.36. So CVS Health Corp, which also now owns Aetna Health Insurance, jumped 8.2% to close at $64.03. Walmart, 7.62%, all right, to close the day at $115.88. Microsoft closed at $172.79, jumped 6.65%. So as we're seeing here, we had a very, very massive day. Verizon jumped 5.83% to close the day out at $57.32. Visa closed the day at $192, a little pricey, and 33 cents, jumped 5.82%. So if you're just joining, my name is Kamari Ellis. I'm the Financial Rebel. You're watching the Financial Rebel Show. And today we're talking about the after effects of coronavirus spreading, having a massive effect last week. And today we had a massive stock market rebound. Be sure to share this with your friends who are interested in investing in the stock market. Today was a great day to invest. But I think every day is a great day to invest. You just need to know what you're going to invest in. All right. Home Depot closed $229.94, up today 5.55%. All right. Nike, $92.68. I don't know if anybody saw my video over the weekend talking about if you own Jordans and you don't own at least one share of Nike stock, you're also on backwards. They got a lot of traction this week as well. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. So Nike jumped 3.69%. American Express, $113.87. Closed the day up 3.58%. So we had a really, really good day in the markets. A lot of the older blue chip companies did really well. By the way, blue chip companies older, more established companies, and they usually pay a dividend. All right. So it, again, I told you all last week was a great week. Hold on one second. I got it. I believe his name is Iwan. So one of my Facebook viewers is stating, one of my YouTube viewers is stating Michael Pence's speech in short: no money, no vaccine, capitalism rules. Well, that's got nothing to do with capitalism, right? Because if we were truly capitalistic, somebody would have figured out this already by now and got it going, or at least they haven't. I've heard some rumors that that there is a vaccine out there, they just haven't gotten it to market yet. But basically, they dropped the ball because this has been going on for a while. You would have think they would have mobilized in the U.S. They would have been mobilized a lot better than what they have been. But ironically, this administration does not do well with natural disasters, health disasters. Puerto Rico is still in shambles. Yes, Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. For many, you don't realize that, but it's still in shambles. It's still having problems. But we will see. Hopefully, they will do better by this than what they've done with many of the other natural catastrophes and health catastrophes that we've experienced under this regime, or under this, not regime, administration. Little Freudian slip there. But again, a lot of big market movers. A lot of people were able to make money today. Again, like you saw, I brought Ford stock. When I saw it was trading at like $6.90. And I said, wow, I believe the automobile industry is going to be in decline, but Ford still has the number one selling truck in America. Is doing pretty good, advancing itself in the electric car space. And they got money. They have over $17 billion on their balance sheet. So basically, they got $17 billion in cash. All right. They have more assets than they have liabilities. So, and I've always thought Ford was pretty well run. If you guys remember 10 years ago when they did the automobile bailout, when Obama did that, they made all the automakers, all the car makers take bailout money. Ford actually didn't need it. So Ford has, been pretty well run over the years. But the other reason why I brought it was it paid 8.6% dividend. And so I've been using, my Cash App and my Robinhood to illustrate how everyday people can buy stock, right? You can buy stock with $1. You can buy stock with $10. I brought Apple. Y'all heard me talk about Apple earlier. I brought $1 of Apple and it bounced 9% today. Now, since I brought it when Apple was on the downswing, I'm still underwater, but I invested $1, right? I invested $1. And so that dollar is making money, right? It's making more money than it would have made if it was sitting in the bank account. So you can take your pennies, you can take your dollars, and you can invest them. I brought $10 for Starbucks. Again, most people that work every day have $10 to spare on junk food. They have $10 to spare on gas or date or clothing. Why not take that $10 and invest it in something that will pay you dividends going long term, something that will keep giving you money in the long term. So instead of being an uber consumer like society trains us to be, and we're very much trained that way because we watch over 5,000 ads every day. We're trained to spend our money, our wallet, and our pocketbooks are being attacked. Take some of that money and put it to good use. Put it in the stock, right? If you buy Jordans and you're not a sneakerhead, more than likely you'll never have an opportunity to make that money back. If you go buy a pocketbook, 9 times out of 10, you'll never get a chance to get that money back. Even a car. The car is a depreciating asset. 9 times out of 10, you're never going to get that money back. But hey, I brought some Ford. I don't own a Ford, but I brought a Ford because it's going to keep paying me with its dividend. So, keep that in mind when you make purchases. Keep that in mind when you just have some extra money sitting around. I mean, if you're really serious about wealth, one of the best things you can do is buy some stock. All right. So again, I brought Ford today because I want to grow my dividend portfolio. one of the best ways of building multiple streams of income that everybody likes to talk about, out of context, by the way. One of the things you can do is buy some dividend stocks. It's actually, in my opinion, the best way to create passive income for yourself, because I buy the stock, I'm not managing the company, I don't have to put up any more money, no more bread, and I get to get the reserves or the dividend payouts that the company makes. That's why it's really important to buy stocks from businesses, well-run businesses, so you can sit back and be a lazy investor like myself. All right. So again, I brought forward, you saw it. I spent $30 on forward today. I got about 4 shares. And by the end of the day, it was worth $30.55. So somebody did the math on one of my posts, and they said it was about a 1.83% return. All right. So a little short of 2%. So you want to be a lazy investor too? Buy stocks. Buy good stocks, though. Buy good companies. So, I got that in one day. Now, is that going to be the deal every day? No, that's not going to be the deal every day. You're going to have some days that are down. You're going to have some days that are up. But over the course of time, we expect all of these stocks, not all of them, but the good ones, to have a positive return. And remember, I only talk about investing for the long term. I don't talk about trading. And the reason I don't talk about trading is I believe most people are not in the market, and most people should have a better understanding of the markets before they start trading. I see a lot of people start trading and they don't understand the markets at all. They don't understand the relationship between the stock market and the bond market, stock market and currency market, stock market and commodities market. They all are intertwined in some way, somehow. So I say start easy, right? Start with $1, start with $5, start with $10. All the other caveats or corners of the market require a lot more money. So I say start with the markets, get familiar with it, invest in what you know, and then you run from there. All right. So again, today I bought 4 stock. I want to keep buying forward. I'm going to keep buying, establishing a base, probably get about 100 shares or so over the next couple of months. And then, I'll see what happens from there. But I'm looking to grow that dividend. Okay, so Adrienne Jordan, please explain what the first step is. So I'm going to do you one better, Adrienne, because I have a whole bunch of YouTube videos where I actually talk about the first steps. First step, buy what you know. Second step, you can use and what I mean by buy what you know, right? Apple. I've got a bunch of Apple products. I bought $1 worth of Apple because I have a bunch of Apple products, right? I bought Starbucks, right? Matter of fact, just got a dividend payment. People laughed at me because it was only 5 cents, but pennies turn into dollars. What did Ben Franklin say? A penny saved is a penny earned. But in my case, pennies earned will generate dollars created in the quite near future. So first steps, figure out what you want to buy. I say buy what you know. If you buy a lot on Amazon, seems like my wife gets packages delivered almost every day on Amazon because she's buying something for our kids or herself. She kind of just sneaks them out under the kids though. And so, think about that as well. If you use Apple products, get Apple. If you like or drive, let's say a Toyota or Ford, buy some Ford stock. So when you think about all this, again, it's very simple. It is not rocket science. You don't need a PhD. You don't need a master's degree. You don't need any of that. All you need to do is just start with what you know. And then that's the baby step, right? That's the first step. Then you can move on to the next thing. But what I'll do, Adrienne, is I'll put some of the other videos where I go a little bit more in depth into it. And I explain like some of the brokers we use, like a Robinhood, right? If you use my Robinhood link, and I'll put that in here, you'll get a stock if you use my link, and I'll get a stock, right? So we'll help each other out. All right. But, again, just buy what you know. I see somebody just threw in there, G-Mon G just threw in there. He loves ETFs. I love ETFs too. What's an ETF? ETF is basically like a basket of securities. And for this conversation, it's a basket of stocks. So you can buy small cap stocks, which are the smaller stocks. You can buy large cap stocks, which are the larger stocks. You can buy all financial and banking stocks. You can buy technology stocks. You can buy consumer staple stocks. You can buy defense stocks, So you can have various opportunities to invest, but you also can have some diversification because, let's say in defense, you're going to get different. So you'll have General Dynamics, you'll have a Boeing, you'll have a Lockheed Martin, you'll have different ones because different companies operate in different segments of defense. So you can take advantage of a lot of those things, right? Technology. If you buy a technology ETF, you can buy Apple. Inside of that ETF, you'll get Microsoft, you'll get Google, which is actually traded as Alphabet. You'll get all of those things. So those are some of the things you'll get. Mimi asked, wait a minute. I'm gonna go back. Y'all making this Wednesday. Now, y'all remember, I do the Ask Kamari Wednesdays where I answer everybody's question. But I'll answer these two because I got to jump off. I got to get back to work. I was only planning on being on here for about 12 to 15 minutes. I've been on here for 21 minutes running my mouth. So Mimi asked, how can I buy stocks for my son who is 16? Or how can we start? So I'm going to say this. I think y'all should start together, right? Children learn by watching their parents. But if he has a Cash App account, he can buy stock in there. Typically you have to open up an account for him. It's called an UGMA, a UGMA account, or a UTMA account. They're basically the same thing, but they do have some different type rules. I don't know why my screen is going out of focus. All right. Some good apps to use. You can use Cash App or you can use Robinhood. I have a link for both. I will put them in the description of my YouTube video and my Facebook video. I'll get a small commission from Cash App. I think it's like $5. And then with Robinhood, they'll give me a stock. They'll give you a stock. A lot of times I will share those in my IG stories. They give me like penny stocks. Matter of fact, I got 2 shares of Ford. One was like $9 in there. The other day they gave me this pharmaceutical company that's trading at like $4.50. So trust me, I am not going to get rich off of that. But yeah, they can do Robinhood. I'm not sure if you can do UGMA or UTMA accounts. But again, you can open it in your name and have them trade under your account. You can put the money in there and y'all can do it together. I advise parents who want their kids to be money savvy to also increase your money savviness at the same time so you all can do it together. All right. I said this was the last question. I'm going to do this one. Louis Comber on YouTube. Numbers are way higher than listed. China's trying to say they only have 80,000 infected when the city of Wuhan has a population of 11 million people. I mean, that's possible, right? But I will say this to Lewis's point. China is known for fudging their numbers. China does not usually give the right info. We've been seeing it for years. So I wouldn't be surprised if the cases are a little muddied. I wouldn't be surprised if there are more cases in the USA that they're not talking about. And we already know they don't have the kits, right? So you can't test for it. So you really don't know how many people that are coming in with flu-like symptoms have coronavirus or the COVID-19. All right. But I am looking to grow my Facebook channel, everybody. So I'm going to ask everybody, please go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I said my Facebook channel, didn't I? I meant to say my YouTube channel. So my YouTube channel is youtube.com/Kamari Ellis. So go over there if you like what I do. If you like the content I produce, go on over to YouTube, subscribe to my channel, check out some of my videos. Some of the old ones really, really suck. They're really, really bad. So, go check them out, see what they're about. But I believe they all have good value. So again, youtube.com/Kamari Ellis, CAMARIELLIS. All right. And every week, every Wednesday, we do the Ask Kamari segment of the Finance Rebel Show. It will be Wednesday at 7 p.m. If you have any questions you want me to answer directly, text them to 484-278-1357. Again, text them to 484-278-1357. And when you ask your question, make sure you put hashtag Ask Kamari. Hashtag Ask Kamari. All right. So I will be back. I plan on being here tomorrow. I might skip tomorrow because I'm a little swamped and I got a lot of work I got to get done. But I want to try to be here because I believe new developments are going to be coming on about Corona and the stock market. And I want to talk about them because I believe, when I believe, I know now is a great time to invest. I know a lot of people are scared, but when there's blood on the street, that's the perfect time to buy. All right. So thank you all for watching the Finance Rebel Show. The Finance Rebel Show is all about raising your financial IQ. Why? Why is it important to raise your financial IQ? Because the system wants you to be broke. The system wants you to be in debt. The system wants you to die in debt and leave your next generation penniless without any kind of financial legacy. But I say that's not an option. What do you have to do? You got to rebel. You have to take destiny in your own hands, and you have to say, I'm going to break this generational curse that my family has endured for so many generations. And we want to leave a financial legacy and an intellectual legacy as well, right? Money without guidance is fool's paradise. We don't want that to happen, but we want to take control of our destiny. We want to take control over our money, and we want to level up so we can leave a better tomorrow for our children today. All right. So again, I'll be back on Wednesday, everybody. I'm trying to be back tomorrow, but I will definitely be here Wednesday, 7 p.m. Ask Kamari segment. I'll be on YouTube, Facebook, and I even broadcast on Instagram all at the same time. But I'll see you all next time. Everybody have a great night. Bye-bye. IG